So in part one, we were talking about how pushing and struggling towards the thing that you're wanting is due to the fact that you're stuck in an old mental setting whilst doing the internal work. So your old setting, your mind, is fighting your internal new setting, which is your heart. And if you want to see the move forward, the success, the abundance, all the things in your dream life, in your reality, you need to start working from your heart center, i.e. your soul. But how do we do that? This is part 2, where we're going to talk all about that. I'm Lottie. I'm an intuitive healer and a channel for intuitive guidance. And I help people find light in their darkest moments to help create a world full of hope. So I have done this exact process. It's incredible actually what came up. I connected into my heart center just by placing my hand on my heart and feeling into that heart space. From there, I allowed my heart to say all the things that it wants for my life. Now, my mental setting is still very much abundance focused and money focused. And it was going, yeah, but what about money? What about money? What about money? What about money? When you're in that phase, you're trying to create things from a place of fear or desperation or need. Even though I'm not in fear of not having money and I'm not in a desperate state, my brain, my lizard brain, thinks it is. Because it's stuck in that old mental story that society tells us we need money, we have to have money, which of course we do. But I have everything I need, and yet still my brain is telling me we need more, we need more. So whilst I've been doing the internal work, I have been opening up this gentler space in me, the heart space, the soul space, where it can now begin to tell me what I actually need in my life. And once I start putting those things into my daily life, that is where I will start to see the shifts away from whatever it is I'm thinking I need into what I actually need in my life. And from that place, more and more of the things I actually want and need in this life will begin to flow in. So I'm going to read through some of the things that came up in my heart center. Some of them I already have in my life and I'm not recognizing it. Some of them are new and quite surprising. So every day in my life, I'm looking to start including these aspects that my heart has brought forward as something I need. Quiet, moments of books, blankets and coziness. Self-presence, time being aware of me so I appreciate all my human is doing. Love her, make her feel safe and share clarity and wisdom between us. This was one that surprised me. Psychic work, guiding and giving back. I never considered myself to be a psychic, but I guess I am. And suddenly this is all starting to make sense to me. Finding places of freedom is a big one for me and is something I've been doing more and more. So going to the top of a hill, being by the sea, just being in the elements, being in nature. It's all these little things that make up a life. It's not like my heart's going, we just want a really big bank balance, which is what your brain might be doing. I don't know what your version of that would be, but consider what your brain is telling you and then start to dip into what your heart is telling you and you'll start to see a difference and probably feel a difference. So it's about starting to create an experience with your soul. So those two parts of you working together, the earth, you, and the divine, your soul, allowing them to work in tandem to bring about a life that feels good and has everything you need in it. So look at your list and consider which of those were surprising. Why were they surprising? Are you blocking that in some way coming into your life? Are you fighting with it? Is your head still fighting with your heart over it? Where is your heart saying we want this, but your brain's going no, we don't need that, we don't need that, we need this? And consider, why are you fighting? What is the old story or the old setting that stops your heart and soul leading the way on that? Because your heart and soul know what you need. And the wonderful thing about doing this is that you begin to build in an understanding that you, yourself, is a place of safety for your inner child work, for your own energy to be able to expand from a place of grounding, for your soul to feel like, yes, she's getting it, or he's getting it, they're getting it. We can flow through and channel through and download more advice, information, guidance. As you start to allow your soul, your heart, to bring forward what it is you need and you start to implement it, that is where you will start to see the dream that you have in your mind, which is based on an old setting, begin to fade away. As you begin to see the dream in your heart is so much better for you and so much more enlivening and uplifting and positive. So all the things in your mind that you're going, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, that will start to fade away because you start to have everything you need from this space, from the soul space. Even if this sounds a bit scary, why not begin to open up to your soul and allow it to speak and bring through just a few ideas? What can you start to implement into your everyday life? And sure, that might not bring about an immediate Lamborghini, but maybe you'll start to realize that whatever your version of the Lamborghini is, whatever it is your brain is telling you that you want. I don't even want a Lamborghini. I don't know why I keep using that example. But whatever your version of that brain dream is, maybe you'll start to realise you don't actually want it that much. Who knows? Give it a go and see. Let me know how you get on. If you have any questions about this, let me know. Do follow along if this has resonated. I would love to have you along for the journey here. And let me know in the comments, what is your mind dream? And perhaps once you've connected into your heart, you could share what your heart dreams of instead. Take care.